Is economic inequality a serious threat in India? Are the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer? Is the government favoring only the rich and neglecting the poor? Hello everyone, welcome to Corporate Chronicles. Today, let us discuss about the economic inequality in India. As you all know, India today, as of 2024, is the world's fifth largest economy.
According to data from the International Monetary Fund, India has now reportedly overtaken the United Kingdom to become the fifth largest economy in the world in the last quarter of the year 2021.
But as of 2024, our GDP per capita is around $2,410, which is significantly lower compared to the top four economies, which is above us.
The top 5 emerging economies, India is a long way from becoming an economic superpower.
So the question that runs in everybody's mind is India really that poor? I mean, is inequality in India is really that huge? To answer this question, we need to look into three different factors that determine the economy and the economic inequality of any country. Those are the GDP per capita, and most importantly and crucially, the GINI Index. If you look at this GDP versus time graph, we see that we are in a constant rise in an upward parabolic trajectory, which means our GDP is on a constant rise for decades now. But this growth has not been consistent. If you closely observe, we see that from 2014, our GDP has nearly doubled from being a $2 trillion economy to being nearly a $4 trillion economy. The projections right now also state that by 2027, we would be a humongous $5 trillion economy. For any country, especially for a country like India, where 10 years back, at least 50% of the population was not included in the banking ecosystem, to come this far is a humongous and such an applaudable achievement. But if you consider the GDP per capita of India in the last 10 years, you see that although our numbers have been significantly increased from $1,500 odd to $2,400 in the span of 10 years, we are nowhere near to the top 4 economies which are above us. In fact, our ranking is so poor that out of the 191 countries across the globe, we rank 136th in the terms of GDP per capita. It is true that our GDP per capita has increased from $1,500 to $2,400 in the last 10 years. But this does not indicate the crucial factor of inequality present in the country. To understand this, first we need to understand what exactly is GDP per capita. GDP per capita is calculated by a very simple ratio. It is the GDP of the entire country divided by the total population of the country. Now let us consider two different cases. We have two friends, Anil and Ankit. The first case, Anil is earning a total of 1 crore rupees per annum, whereas Ankit is earning a very humble sum of just 2 lakh rupees. In the second case, Anil is earning a total of 60 lakh rupees per annum, whereas Ankit is earning now a total of 42 lakh rupees. If we keenly observe both these cases, we understand that the total GDP in this case, in both the cases, are 1 crore 2 lakh rupees. If you consider the GDP per capita as well, we understand the GDP per capita is also the same, that is the 51 lakh rupees. But if you look at this, in the first case, the income difference is a whopping 98 lakhs, but in the second case, the income difference is merely 18 lakhs. So what I'm trying to say here is GDP or GDP per capita can never determine the level of inequality present between individuals or present between rich and poor of any country. To address the inequality of any nation, an Italian statistician by the name of GINI in the year 1912 formulated an index named as the Gini coefficient or the GINI Index. So basically, he describes a graph between cumulative percentage of the income versus cumulative percentage of the population. According to it, a straight line is an ideal condition which indicates equal number of population has equal number of income. But it is just an ideal case. In most circumstances, in fact, in all circumstances, we have a parabolic curve. So basically, if you look at this graph, you can draw a right angle triangle if you drop a perpendicular from the topmost part of the graph. So now, if you consider a parabolic curve drawn through the graph, through the right angle triangle, you see that it cuts the area of the right angle triangle. So what does this Gini coefficient basically mean? It's the measure of the percentage of the total area of the right angle triangle that has been cut by this parabolic curve. So in ideal circumstances, if the parabolic curve is near to 0, then it means the country is less unequal or more equal. If the parabolic curve cuts a greater area, then that means the country is highly unequal and larger amounts of population has very low cumulative income. When we look at India's GINI Index graph, we see that India's GINI Index is the lowest in the present 21st century. Although our GINI Index was even lower during 1983 to 1993, our GDP and GDP per capita were nowhere in comparison as of today. So this asserts that the present government under Narendra Modi is doing a phenomenal job when it comes to reducing inequality in the country, which means the rich are also getting richer, but the poor are also getting richer. In fact, according to a recent survey conducted across the country, at least 25 crore people have been moved out of multi-dimensional poverty in the last 9 years. So the government schemes like the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, where the government has built Pakka houses for the poor, or the Jan Dhan Yojana, where the poor have been provided zero balance bank accounts in banks to open, or the Mudra Yojana, in which small businesses have been provided with loans up to 10 lakhs, or the Ujjwala Yojana, where the government provides subsidized LPG gas cylinders, or the Fasal Bima Yojana, in which the farmers have the right to claim insurance for the crops. and also the Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, in which has been started by the government recently, in which the government pays 6,000 rupees for farmers on an annual basis, and the most importantly the Jal Jeevan Mission, in which government provides tap water connections to crores of houses which have never seen tap waters before, and also the Ayushman card, in which the government provides health insurance up to 5 lakhs, have been such a game changer to the poor, the people under the below poverty line, and also the farmers. And the data which we currently discussed also reflects the same. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching the video till the end. If you really like our content and would like to hear more such business case studies, please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for further notifications.